all this, your shirt's all that. Inevitably, I changed shirts, clearly, because this shirt is freshly pressed. It had come off of the hanger. Honestly, I was just being lazy. The shirt that I pulled out of the laundry was already buttoned. This one was unbuttoned. I didn't want a button. I wanted to just pull. It's fine. It is what it is. I'm admitting all of my sins. But it wasn't about the fact, for my wife, that I was pulling the shirt out of the laundry. It was more about the fact for my wife, how was I presenting myself? And how am I presenting myself in a way that is going to reflect back on her? And is she someone that is taking care of her husband, is providing a situation where he has shirts that are freshly pressed, where he has not wrinkled messes all over his body? And I was in the mood of, it's cold and I just want my corduroy short because it feels warm and nice and happy. But it wasn't about what it's about. And this is precisely something that we always have to keep in mind when dealing in marriages with conflict resolution. I'm going to get there. When we see things only on the surface, this type of situation can turn into a blow-up. I can be annoyed with her. I can yell at her. She can yell back. We can have a tete-a-tete and just be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, for whoever knows how long that we're going to hold on to this argument and allow this argument to keep going. We might say things like, you should listen to me when I tell you blah, 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 blah. Not saying that anyone in my family says that, my wife. But it could happen. And we could refer back to that statement with, I do always listen, but I just understand that I'm right. Not that anyone in my family would say that. The reality is, we're not getting to the heart of the matter. And when we don't get to the heart of the matter, it could feel like we're just having the same argument over and over and over and over because we get quick to anger. But as we hear in this verse we've been playing with from Proverbs, whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly. When you're slow to anger, you have the understanding that you can actually hear what is going on. When I talk about conflict resolution in our pre-marriage classes here at the parish, I talk a lot about conflict resolution and what do we need to do to actually make it happen. The first is we need to listen, we need to hear, and then we get to the point where we can understand. First off, if we're not listening to what the other person is saying, then we're going to start having fights because we're only listening to what's on the surface level. We're not getting to the deeper matter. We're not actually getting to the heart of the matter. And so I give them a set of steps to take for that conflict resolution. The first being, hear what the other person is saying. And the way that you do that is you say, I think that my partner is saying, fill in the blank. That then gives them an opportunity to say what they're actually saying, which then gives you an opportunity to get to step 2, which is getting to the heart of the matter. I'm not going to go into all of this stuff. This could be a whole teaching. In fact, I think it's going to eventually become a teaching on the Way of the Warrior Saint platform. But suffice it to say for now, we need to be smart about understanding that it's not always about what it's about. That way we can actually get to the heart of the matter. When I realize that my wife is actually telling me these things out of her love for me and her concern for me and wanting me to look good on camera, because apparently I was going to be on camera today and not be on camera in a wrinkled shirt, then I can be a little bit more compassionate. I can actually get to the heart of what's going on, and then I can be on TV in an actual shirt. Well, not TV, the interwebs. The interwebs. But if I don't do that, then I look like a fool. So to avoid looking like a fool, make sure you are understanding things are not at the heart of the matter. And in order to understand how to get to the heart of the matter and see that it's not always what it's about, warriorsaints.org. Get on the Way of the Warrior Saint. Subscribe. Watch the stuff that we're dealing with, where we're giving you some of these practical tips. I gave you a couple of the practical tips. There's more. There's more. There's more practical tips, things that you can implement into your life so that you can get out there and make it happen, Captain. We want you to do that. We want to help you learn the business so that you can get out there and do the business, so you can be who God has created you to be. Visit us, warriorsaints.org. Get on the way of the warrior saint. Search for that video that Father talked about yesterday. It's not about what it's always about. It's not always about what it's about, or whatever the tongue twister that I'm saying is. And visit us. Subscribe. Implement. Do it. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.